Hello, welcome back to Unfinished Bride. We're going to have a conversation today to talk about what can rob a marriage of a love affair. There are several things that can rob a marriage of a love affair. We're going to discuss those things today. Stay tuned. Number 6, misprioritizing. Having an unbalanced life. No order in the home, too busy, too selfish, not properly planning, not having good time management. All of those things are misprioritizing. And when we misprioritize, that means we're not putting first thing first. The main thing, the main thing. The main thing is that we should always have our first to be Jesus Christ if you are a believer. The next is your spouse. Your spouse is the main thing. Then the kids, and then everything else you prioritize as such. Nothing should come ahead of your spouse in your marriage. And those things, when we misprioritize, then we will feel neglected in our marriage. If you've ever spent any time in years in marriage, you've heard that. You might have felt that yourself. I feel neglected. I feel like I'm not number one. I feel like you put things ahead of me, before me. We don't have time anymore. And I want to spend quality time with you. And so it might aggravate you. Why does it aggravate you when you hear that? Why does it aggravate you when you hear your spouse talking about being neglected and needing more time, wanting to go out and have date night, wanting to spend more time? Isn't that what the relationship's supposed to be like? Why are you aggravated by that? You have to examine that. One of the things is because we don't see them as being important. We don't see them as being valuable to us. We don't want to invest and give of ourselves. That's a part of selfishness because it takes something from us. We feel like it's me, all about me. And so when we misprioritize, another way is to have an unbalanced life. Stuff can be so chaotic in our homes and in our lives until we're just trying to do everything for everybody. It's time to set boundaries because you can't be everything for everybody. Your first thing, your first mission is to your spouse. And so we have to get that back in line and in order. That's not old-fashioned. That means that I agree to marry you. And with that, you and I are priority for one another. That's self-care. That's making sure that we both are receiving and getting the things that we both need and desire. And so if that means we got to chip in and help each other out, tell your spouse if you feel overwhelmed sometimes. Don't just wait for them to read your mind. I know we want them to read our mind, but they can't. And sometimes we have to voice it, not voice it in anger, not voice it in contention or when we're having an argument, but in the spirit of love. We can voice that. If you don't get the response right away that you want, don't worry. We can only change us. We can't change them. But know this, that God is for you. He's for you. And he sees your heart and he hears your cry in this, and he will be your defender. Trust. I've been there several times when I thought my spouse was not listening, when I thought what I was saying was not getting through to him. And I just gave it to the Lord and prayed. And within minutes, because I did not have a quick reaction, I did not come back at him with a jab or whatever. You know what I need. You never, you always. All of those things that we will tend to say out of disappointment and anger and hurt. But if we just let it be, voice what we want to say, and trust God to work it out for us, within minutes, God would have turned that around. Trust and believe. Do something he's not used to you doing. If you're the one that's so used to always, coming back, Work on being silent. Do something different, what he's not expecting. And it takes practice, but you can do it. And watch how things turn. And if you're one that is always the reserved one, just letting it go, being so passive, but inside you're seething with anger, take a moment, be assertive, not aggressive, but be assertive. Voice your opinion, because he may not know this is what's happening. This is how you feel. She may not know this is what's happening. This is how you really feel inside. Thank you for listening to Unfinished Bride. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.